What's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to show how you can use the stock history function to get historical stock price data into Excel. For this function, you'll need access to Microsoft 365 and internet connection since you'll be getting data from online sources. The stock history function has multiple arguments, with the first two being mandatory. For the stock argument, you want to enter the ticker symbol of the company that you want to get the data from or its full name. After that, you want to tell the function what the starting date is for all the historical data. As an example, let's use the ticker symbol SCHD, which is Charles Schwab's Dividend Equity ETF. So for the stock argument, I'm going to type out, in quotes, SCHD. And for the next argument, starting date, we're going to choose May 1st, 2020. There are a couple of ways you can do this. You can type it out in quotes as 5-1-2020, or you can use the date function to convert the arguments into an actual date. So I'm going to choose the 2020 for year. The month will be May, and the day will be 1. And if I press enter, we get back the stock price for that day only, May 1st, 2020. Now, it should be noted that May 1st, 2020 is a Friday. So if I change this from a 1 to a 2, which is Saturday, we get back a value error since the stock market isn't open on the weekends. Let's go back to the May 1st, 2020 example. You'll see that we only get the stock price back for that day only. That's what happens when you don't include an ending date. So if I go back to the function, and for the next optional argument, the end date, we'll just type in today's date, which we can do with the today function, and press enter, and we can just press enter again here. Now we get back a list of dates from May 1st, 2020 to May 15, 2025, with about 1267 rows added. Going back to the stock argument, if you didn't want to type out SCHD directly, you can reference it in a cell instead. I'm going to type out SCHD in cell B1 and change the reference from the hard-coded value to what I typed out here. And I'm going to freeze both cell references, press enter, and we get back the same thing. The next argument is interval, and that basically allows us to summarize the data based on an end of day, end of week, or end of month basis. The default value is 0. If you want to summarize it based on a weekly basis, you can enter 1. Otherwise, if you want to summarize based on a monthly basis or end of monthly basis, then you can enter 2. And we get back May 1st, June 1st, and July 1st, and so on until we reach the current month. Let's go back to doing the default value of 0. If you found this argument easy to understand, then the next one will be even easier, and that is the headers argument. For the headers argument, we have three options: show no headers by using 0, or show headers with a default value of 1, or show the instrument identifier and header, where the instrument identifier is basically the exchange that the ticker symbol is traded on. So if I choose 0, the headers disappear. 1, we get the headers back, and 2, which will be different, we have the exchange that the ticker is traded on, ARCX, and the header info right below. I'll go back to the option of number 1 just to show the headers only. Finally, the last thing to go over for this function are the property arguments. If I type out comma, we have access to things that we want to display. Do we want to show the date, which is 0, the closing price for that date, which is 1, the opening price, number 2, the highest or the maximum price for that day, number 3, or number 4 for the lowest price or the minimum, or number 5 for the volume traded. So if you want to show both the closing and opening prices, then you type out 0, then 1, and then 2. Press enter, and we get back 3 columns this time, the closing and the opening prices. If you want to flip the column orders around, then that's very easy. You can just change this from a 1 to a 2, and this from a 2 to a 1, and this looks much better. If you want to show everything at once, then you can just add multiple options. So comma, properties 4 will be the lowest value, and properties 5 will be the highest value, and we'll just show the volume as the last column. You can also use the stock history function to make charts. Let's say that we want to make a basic line chart of SCHD's performance. The first thing you'd want to do is that you want to select the cell containing the data, then go to the Insert tab, click on this drop-down arrow where a line chart is, and just select this 2D line chart, and you'll automatically see the basic line chart appearing. You can customize it however you want later on, but this is more of a simple way to do it. Instead of having a big chart like this, maybe you'd want to use Sparklines instead. Let's start off by getting rid of this chart, and I'm gonna adjust the function next, so that it shows the data horizontally on a monthly basis. I'll change this from 2020 to 2024, and for the interval argument, we're gonna choose number 2, monthly, press enter. Next, we're gonna transpose the data, so it's showing on a row by row basis. And then just press enter. Now we have a horizontal array of the monthly data. In cell 04, I'm gonna insert the spark line directly in the cell. We can go to the Insert tab, then select line, and for our data range, we're just going to select one row, which is the price from B4 to N4. and freeze both cell references. The location range will be 04, click OK, and we get back a mini line chart of the price ranges. Another cool thing you can do with stock history is combine it with other functions. Let's say that you want to get a summary of the highest closing price of a stock for each year. While you can accomplish this with a pivot table, using a formula will be much more dynamic and flexible. As an example, I'm going to use a formula to find the greatest closing price for Microsoft for each year from 2020 to 2025. In cell D4, I'm going to start off with the GROUPBY function. Since we want the years only, we're going to use the year function to get back all the years from the date values. Freeze both cell references. And for the values, we want the closing price. So we can just select all of these. For the function, since we want the highest closing price, we can apply the max function. For the field headers, we're going to enter 0. And for the totals, we don't want to show any totals. So I'm going to put 0. And if I press enter, we get back the highest price for each year now. If you change the ticker symbol or the company name, for example, let's say that we wanted to do Meta, we get back the highest price for Meta now. What if instead of finding the highest price, you want to find the total price for each year? You can just simply change this from max to a sum, and this would give you the total for that year. So that's pretty much it on what the stock history function is, and a couple of ways you can use it. If you guys found this video helpful, then please like and comment down below what else you'd want to see. And if you haven't already, subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn to get notified the next time I upload a video. Until then, I'll see you all again next time.